Got my new tag in the mail today to replace the original one. And mine's kind of weird. I got a number stamped in the corner here, D69, which I would think is December 69, but according to the serial number, this bike was made in, I believe, May of 1970. So I had to get a new one. Comes with the 4 new little brass rivets there. Now, 1969 and 70 was this plate, and then on the internet it says pre-70, and it's a plate that looks like this one. It's a little bit different wording, but the plate for that one to replace it was going to be I think $36. This one was 16, and it's still for the year, so it's just a blank plate. When I used to work on bikes at the shop there, we used to have the stamping numbers to restamp them for frames that were bent. We ordered new frames, but that dealership doesn't have those stamps anymore. And the machine shop where Peter works, they have those stamps, so I'm going to get him to restamp it. Just want to make sure it's the right size. Bend it. Yeah, that's going to work good. I'll take that to him today, see if we can get that stamped. Get that on the bike. Get my shocks back together today. See what happens. I'm just checking out how I need to fit these side panels. And on the right hand side in 1970 they have the Zeus connectors in here, and that works fine. There's a little circlip in there that locks the Zeus in there, but they always pop out, and now with the paint and primer, everything on there, that Zeus, or that little C-clip in there, is not going to hold it. What people do is they don't trust these things because they pop off and you lose your side cover down the highway, so they'll put a cotter pin in here to make sure it doesn't fall out. And on the other side, on the left hand side, there is a special Zeus connector, I believe, for that side. Big, taller, skinnier one with a spacer. But a lot of people they'll just run a bolt through this hole here and put a spacer in between, a nut and a spacer, and then actually bolt this cover on. Some will drill a hole and put a cotter pin in there as well too, so you can pop it off to get at the wiring. So I'm just trying to figure out which road I'm going to go there. The swing arm's all welded up. It's at Peter's house today. We're going to primer it, and hopefully we can get a few parts painted this week. And if I can get that triple tree painted, I can get the forks on, get the front wheel on, get the fender fitted, so I can I took the front fender brace off of the original fender, which is up there, and just drilled out the rivets there. And I'm going to mount this inside here, but I want to make sure that I get the wheel on the bike and the spacing and alignment, everything, before I, rivet that into there or fasten it in. I just got a text coming in. So once I got that in, then I'll panel bond all this in here, panel bond it, and then that's ready for paint. So I'll take you to Peter's house here this afternoon and see if we can get some parts painted, get the swing arm done. We made the new little slipper on it, Teflon slipper for the chain to ride on. I'll show you that. And we had it professionally welded there by a really good TIG welder, so it looks professional. I'll show you that in a bit. Got a little bit of sand in my hair. Just finishing sandblasting the oil tank. come out pretty good. Ready for primer. He'll make me sand it all down first with sandpaper. It's got to be perfect for him. I'll show you my swing arm next. It's in here. There's my swing arm. There's what we made on there. Had a guy TIG weld that. Did a beautiful job TIG welding it. And then what I made is a Teflon piece. Took this cotter pin out, which is kind of temporary. Drop the Teflon piece in there. Chain rides on top of this. The metal piece that was originally here had two big slots worn right through it. So that's how that's going to work. We're going to round off these corners. Peter's going to grind this all down. He might even put a nice bead across the top. Grind it down round, because everything's round on the swing arm. You don't want any sharp edges. And primer and paint this. That would be perfect. That's what's going on today. Not sure. Oh, here's all my other stuff. Yeah, got the air breather cover sandblasted, primer painted. And hopefully we get all this painted tomorrow. I'm hoping. That's it. Well, there's a goalie mask he's doing. It's for a charity game for children. Children waiting to be adopted. These are the stock header pipes for the Norton. You can always tell they got that little twist. They got that little twist at the end, right here. And I was going to put these on and give them a nice wrap, because they're solid, but they're rusty. I was going to put them on with a wrap, but somebody's cut off 2 or 3 inches off the end of both of these, so those aren't going to work. When I bought this bike, it had straight pipes on it. It didn't have the cone ones. So I looked online trying to find a set. Yeah, a couple $100. I'm not going to spend that. 150 bucks. Not right now. So what I'm going to do is weld 2 inches onto here and grind it down as smooth as I can, and that's going to be pretty close to the clamp. So that's how much I got to add on there. About that much. And that's going to do me for now. I want to get this bike all together and up and running. Fire it up, make sure it's running, and then I can work on the detail stuff. That's my plan for now. Got the shocks on. Just need the swing arm and the triple tree, and then I can start working on that stuff. And it'll start coming together. That's it for today. It's hot out today, hot and humid. Probably 85, 90. Good day.